Well, good afternoon, everyone. I'm News 8 meteorologist Ashley Baylor in the News 8 Now Stream Center. We are coming off a holiday weekend. I hope everybody had a fantastic Thanksgiving. I know the weather was less than stellar, to say the least, but you know what? At least in my eyes, I was like, okay, this gives me a really good excuse to be lazy and just sit on the couch and get up and make some of the food whenever I have to. Something about those rainy, lazy days, just sitting on the couch and watching football, that does it for me. I think that's excellent. But, of course, we know we dealt with a lot of rain on Thanksgiving. If you were out in New York, if you had to travel out there, then you know parts of New York were getting buried with snow. So let's take a look at this. We're not just talking about, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 inches either. That lake effect machine was going for days, and these were some of the highest totals coming in from New York. So Barnes Corners, New York, you're talking 65.5 inches of snow. So you're talking over 5 feet of snow in a span of 4 days. Montague, New York, about 60 inches fell there. That's up on the Tug Hill Plateau. All the way down to Alden, New York, picking up about 21 inches, so just under 2 feet. So a lot of places seeing anywhere between 2 to over 5 feet of snow in just a span of 4 days there. Now, I really have this zoomed out to kind of show you our satellite and radar composite that it's really not just the lake effect snow coming off of Lake Ontario and Lake Erie. You also have got a lake effect machine coming off of Lake Huron. You got it coming off of Lake Michigan and Lake Superior. So all 5 Great Lakes, yes, they're very giving right now, giving a lot of snow to different parts of the country. Now, for us closer to home, our satellite and radar composite will show you that we are dry. We are seeing a few scattered clouds. You're more likely to see those across central and western parts of the state. We're at 40 degrees in Hartford. It's 41 in New Haven, 39 in New London, only 32 degrees in Torrington. So it is quite chilly outside. And when temperatures are this cold, it really doesn't take much of a breeze to make it feel that much colder. Luckily, we haven't had any strong winds, but I tell you, when even that 5-mile-per-hour wind picks up, oh, you feel it if you're standing outside. So here's a look at our hour by hour. This is going to show you mainly clear skies through this evening and into the overnight hours. Things are going to be nice and dry through Tuesday morning. First half of your Tuesday, lots of sunshine. Second half, we are going to see more of a mix of sunny clouds. And notice these flickers of blue that pop up, indicating that there could be a passing flurry or two, but that won't lead to really any accumulations. As we go from Tuesday night into Wednesday, we'll go under mainly clear skies, and things turn very interesting as we go from Wednesday to Thursday. So the first half of your Wednesday, if you hear that weird noise, I'm just adjusting my seat. The first half of your Wednesday should be bright, but as we head through midday, notice those clouds are quickly going to fill in. And most of Wednesday will be dry. Notice we're dry through evening commute time into dinner time. That's good news that your Wednesday evening commute will be fine. It's your Thursday morning commute that may not be so fine. So we have this little clipper system that is going to come in. So as we go from Wednesday night into Thursday morning, we are going to see rain and snow develop across the state. We're looking at rain right along the immediate shoreline. And of course, surface temperatures are going to be heavily dependent on what type of precip you see. But right now, I do think right at the immediate shoreline, we're looking at mostly rain here and even out towards the southeast corner. But for much of the state, once you get away from the shoreline, it is going to be mostly snow. Now, it should be mostly light snow. And since clippers are quick movers, it doesn't have a ton of time to drop a lot of snow. But as you head out the door Thursday morning, there are some places that may see a coating on the ground, whereas other places may see 2 inches. It'll be just enough to make for a slippery and slushy Thursday morning commute, and probably enough to delay some schools out there. Quite a few schools, I would expect, may have a 2-hour delay going into Thursday morning. So let's keep that in the back of our minds. Mainly clear and cold tonight, bringing you back to tonight. Temperature is going to dip down into the 20s. Some places may bottom out in the teens. Tomorrow, afternoon clouds. Again, there could be a stray flurry, but nothing that would, make you want to go dust off the old shovel there. So here's a look at your 8-day shoreline forecast. Now, some of you may need to get out a broom and brush away some of that snow heading into Thursday morning. Isn't it enough to warrant breaking out the shovel? I'd say in most places, probably not, and definitely don't even bother with the snowblower. It's more of a nuisance snowfall, and it really should only be limited to Thursday morning. By the time we get to Thursday afternoon, things are going to kind of dry out, may brighten up a little bit. Friday is looking much brighter, but Friday it is going to be a bitterly cold day. Temperatures alone are going to be in the low to mid 30s. But when you factor in even the slightest breeze, it is going to feel much colder. So not exactly the most pleasant end to the week, even though it is going to be a bright one. Now, Saturday, we are looking at more clouds there. Most of Saturday looks dry, but I do wonder if we could see some late-day flurries. Again, that doesn't amount to very much. And heading into next week, our pattern's still looking a bit unsettled. Monday, we may see a little bit of a rain-snow mix before the temperatures do come up Monday night into Tuesday. And Tuesday looks like a pretty much all rain event. And again, we're 8 days out, and our models are showing pretty good agreement with this. So the more consistency we see from the models, the more it builds confidence in the forecast. And this is something we just saw with this past Thanksgiving too, that, we were wondering, okay, is it going to be rain mixing with snow? Ended up being all rain. But, I got to say, our models have been doing pretty well, especially going out to the long term. As meteorologists, for being transparent here, typically day 1 through 3, we're pretty solid on. It's once you get past day 3 that things could get a little questionable. But I got to say, our models have been fairly consistent, looking pretty good. So that's something we like to see. It helps us. It definitely helps you plan out your week and your upcoming weekend. So again, I hope everybody had a fantastic Thanksgiving. As for myself, I was just home with my husband and my daughter. We did have to go out and get a third Christmas tree. Yes, I had to get a third. Or I suppose I didn't have to get a third, but in my mind I did. Because 2 weeks prior, we got our Christmas tree for our living room. Then when we put it in the living room, it was far too small. Like, it was an adorable tree, beautiful tree. But we were standing on a hill, so as we were looking up, we're like, oh, that should be tall enough. That should hit the ceiling, because we like the Griswold tree. We want to break a few windows and scrape up some ceilings. But then once we got it in there, we're like, oh, this is an elf tree by comparison. My daughter does get an elf tree for her room, so we ended up with 2 trees there. But because the one wasn't big enough, went back out venturing for the right size tree. And this time, the top of it is bent over a little bit. So, okay, it's scraping up the ceiling. We know that's big enough. So that's probably my plan tonight, is to finally decorate that thing. I don't know if you were decorating outside or inside your house over the weekend. I got around to a lot of that, put up the little inflatable, got some of the lights outside. So I feel like I'm doing pretty well. I was pretty terrible about fall decorations, but I feel like I'm up on it with the winter decorations. I don't know if any of you needed to know this. Maybe some of you are watching and totally agreeing with me, like, yep, was terrible about fall, but I'm being good about winter. But anyway, whatever you had planned this weekend, I hope everything was terrific for you. By the way, this upcoming weekend, for Saturday, we have our great toy drive that's going to be going on. That's right in between North Haven High School and middle school. They're kind of right next to each other, so trust me, you'll see us out there. We'll be out there from 11 o'clock to 1 o'clock. If you could bring a new unwrapped toy, that would be amazing. Or you can always drop off some monetary donations. But everybody was so incredibly generous for our great Thanksgiving food drive that we would love to see you for our toy drive as well. Again, the need keeps going up every single year, so the need keeps getting greater and greater. As sad as that may be at times, but we're so happy to help so many people in need. So again, the information there on our website, WTNH.com. If you already plans on going, I'm going to thank you in advance. Can't wait to see you there. Anyway, we keep it light, we keep it moving. I'll see you back here. I don't know if I'll be back here tomorrow because we are covering former Governor Rell's funeral. She is having her funeral tomorrow. All the plans have been made for that. So I may not be back tomorrow, but I'll definitely see you on Wednesday.